Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. You're tuned in to the Lions Den, official source of UCCS Sports. I am the Sports MC MJR Jomandi, broadcasting live right here inside the Gallagher Event Center on the University of Colorado Springs campus. And I am joined, as always, by my partners in crime, the dream team of UCCS Broadcasting. To my left, we have the spectacular Spencer Davis. How you doing? You like it?
Fantastic, yeah.
Yeah,
I
fantastic.
just took a stats exam. Now we're going to talk some sports.
Yeah, well, you're going to use those numbers and incorporate them into the show.
I could try. I don't know how well I'll do, but we'll see how we can do.
We'll see how well that test went in about an hour from now once we do all that.
Sure.
And to my right, the voice of your UCCS volleyball team, Charlie Bang Bang Botnick. Charlie, how you doing?
I'm good, Andre. How about you?
Great. Doing great.
Amazing.
Living the dream here on the Lions Den.
Yeah, I didn't take a stats exam, but, I'm still doing good.
So you're probably doing better than Spencer is right now.
That's true.
And I don't go to classes. I teach classes, so I didn't take any tests. So I'm feeling fantastic.
Did you give
Any tests?
Yeah.
Well, then you should.
The grading went well. Yeah, the grading went well. Well, Charlie, how do we start every show, typically?
Well, usually we start at Bang Bang's best.
Yeah.
We're going to shake things up a little bit.
Shake it up.
Shake it up.
Yeah,
Exactly.
so we're going to introduce Spectacular Spencer Davis's bold speculations for the weekend.
Perfect.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are your bold speculations for this upcoming weekend's action, Spencer?
Well, starting out at number 3 I have to give it to Jake McAllister. He was named the RMAX Offensive Player of the Week this week. He has tallied 7 points this season, 3 goals, 1 assist for UCCS. His efforts this weekend are going to be a huge impact against that rematch versus Regis as we go try to beat them again. They were the number 5 seed when we played them before, and I believe they still are. So we're looking to get another.
They're not anymore. They're not 5. They're number 9. You know why? Because we beat them.
That's great.
That is great.
So we're looking to beat number 9 this Friday. Number 2 is going to be Alyssa Brinton. She had 26 kills against Westminster. She's a force to be reckoned with. Right now she's averaging 4.4 points per set, 3.95 kills per set. It's going to be awesome to see her play at CSU Pueblo in New Mexico Highlands this weekend. Expecting her to have big points, big kills this entire weekend. And then number 1, I have to give it to Michaela Mansfield. Last weekend she had a hat trick last weekend. This weekend they play Colorado Mines and CCU. Expecting her and her teammates to go out and do big things as they're kind of getting into their drive here, finding their wins. And as a senior, she's ready to get going for the rest of the season. So those are going to be our speculative players. Check them out this week and see how far they do.
Sounds good to me.
Good, great. You mean
Grand and wonderful. We'll
Perfect.
see. We'll talk all about those results on our Monday show and let you know if Spectacular Spencer Davis's bold predictions were correct or not. But in other Mountain Lion news, your UCCS women's cross country team continues to rise up on the ranks and get even better every single week. Right now, sitting at number 11, nationally ranked. After this past weekend, the Fort Hays State Tiger opened your Mountain Lions with a spectacular finish. UCCS finished 3 points behind 4th-ranked Western State with 2 runners in the top 10. Heather Bates finished at 4th place, 17 minutes, 16.5 seconds. Pretty impressive stuff. And then Aubrey Till placed 7th at 17:22. Your Mountain Lions will be off this weekend and for a little while until October 22nd as they head to Spearfish, South Dakota for the conference championships. They're going to be facing the likes of number 1 Adams State, number 4 Western State, number 11, which is us, UCCS, and then number 21 CSU Pueblo and Colorado Mines also joining the fray. So your Mountain Lions will take a few weeks off until October 22nd. They'll be back in action looking to improve even more upon that number 11 nationally ranked team. So they're doing great things. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it, Charlie?
Yeah, I got a chance to talk to head coach Corey Kavatsky today, and we talked about the likes of, that Fort Hays Invitational and got to see Western State and Adams State. So very different there. And, he was very happy that, that's the camera on one side, he was very happy that he already saw some good competition. Says they're pretty hard this week in practice. Take the weekend off, get right back at it, and the RMAC Championship's coming up for them. And
October 22nd.
Number 11 is really, he's happy about it, but he thinks that this team can do better right now, and it's good to talk to him actually.
Yeah.
Crack the top 10.
Seems very excited about it. I mean, almost. We're at 11.
We'll crack that top 10 soon enough.
We will?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Bold predictions.
Bold prediction. All right. Well, we got to take a quick commercial break, but when we come back, we have some guests going to be joining us. Spencer, what makes us an official source of UCCS sports?
I'm going to say having the best sports information director in the RMAC.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Sports Information Director of the Year, Jared Werner.
That sounds about right.
And his amazing assistant, Micah Chapman.
Yes, and they keep us informed so then we can provide the information.
Okay. What
Like
else?
that?
Anything else make us an official source
The
of
best-
UCCS
The
sports?
best broadcasters.
Like this one?
Like that
Okay,
one.
so let me switch and ask Charlie what makes us an official source of UCCS sports.
Well, I think we have the RMAC goalkeeper of the week in David Meyer, and then one of the strongest defenders that UCCS has in Aaron Hafner. Both of them will be on the show.
Oh,
Yeah.
that
I'm
makes
pretty
us an
excited.
official source.
We got to find them first, but they're around somewhere.
They're around. I think we can track them down in the next 3 minutes. We got to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we will be joined by those two soccer stars coming up right after this.
I finally found the healthcare I've been looking for. It's the UCCS Health Circle Primary Care Clinic across from University Village on North Nevada Avenue. The nurse practitioner managed clinic is a perfect fit. I have longer appointments so I don't feel rushed. And we've created a personal health plan that's really working for me. UCCS Health Circle is more than a provider. They're my new healthcare partner.
EDU. Success comes from UCCS. From believing in yourself. From supportive faculty. From trying new things. Success comes from discovering your passion. From being fearless. From those around you. Success comes from UCCS. Apply online at uccs.edu.
Since 1909, the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference has been a leader in collegiate athletics, with campuses in some of the most scenic areas in the United States. And now in Salt Lake City, Utah and Rapid City, South Dakota, the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference, competition elevated.
At the University of Colorado, we award more than 15,000 degrees each year. We've developed nearly 2,000 bioscience innovations. Our community programs serve more than 1 million people in Colorado. Our research has created over 150 companies, and we've partnered on more than 75 space missions. We are 4 campuses, united in making a difference.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to Make-A-Wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted.
We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, you're tuned in to the Lions Den, official source of UCCS Sports. As you can see, I am joined by some new friends here on the program. Straight from your UCCS men's soccer team, we have the RMAC Goalkeeper of the Week for the 3rd time this season already. David Meyer, how are you, sir?
I'm doing spectacular.
Yeah?
Glad to be here for sure.
Like Spencer Davis spectacular?
I mean, pretty spectacular. I don't know if that's spectacular.
That's
but,
pretty spectacular.
It's pretty high up there, you know.
Great. Well, glad to have you on the show. And to my left, we have one of the fiercest defenders here in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference, Aaron Hafner. How are you doing, Aaron?
I'm doing just as spectacular as Dave is.
Just as spectacular?
Any day my goalkeeper's having a good time, I'm having a good time.
That is good team dynamics right there. Well, let's go ahead and break down a few things if we could. First, let me ask you how the season is going. Aaron, how do you think the season is going so far?
I think it's great. We stumbled just for a moment there at the beginning of the season, but everything since then has been on the up and ups. We've really figured it out since then, and we're just cogs are turning as a team. We know what's going on. We just beat a couple of really highly ranked national teams, and we're firing on all cylinders.
So the stumbling has stopped.
Amen.
I like it. All right, and David, you see pretty much everything that goes on the field with your vantage point being the goalkeeper. How's your team looking?
I think that we're looking really good, really strong. I think that, like Aaron said, at the beginning we took a little bit of a stumble, but I think that we've recovered really well. And I think that this weekend is going to be really big, but I think that we can handle it.
Yeah?
And so I hope so. A bold prediction.
Bold prediction. All right. Somebody's a frequent watcher here of the Lions Den. I like it.
You know, Dave, you're an upperclassman this year. You're a junior, and Aaron, you're a sophomore this year. And you both came from Pine Creek, played together in high school. Really, first off, Aaron, did that kind of help you come to UCCS and get recruited? Was, knowing that Dave and JJ were here, and then Dave, your brother JJ's on the team too. You were the Gatorade Player of the Year. Had a lot of options, but picked UCCS. So really, what was that recruiting process like? And knowing that a couple of high school friends were on it, did that help a little bit?
Absolutely. I've been talking with the coaching staff here, and obviously I've been talking to Dave about his experiences when I was getting in my later years of high school. And it just was the right place. I knew it was the right place, and talking to Dave, having that chemistry already, and JJ as well. He was when I was a freshman, he was a senior in high school, so I played with him for a stint. And really, it just made sense to me, and I think the staff was helpful with me and really brought me on and showed me everything I needed to get done, and it worked out, and here I am.
Right here on the Lions Den.
Right here on the Lions Den.
And Dave, for you?
I mean, obviously Aaron has been a spectacular defender for multiple years. I mean, obviously, as a goalkeeper, there's only so much you can do. I got to give a lot of credit to these guys. And so I'm really glad that he came to UCCS along with JJ, because that was kind of up in the air too, because he transferred from Boulder, and he originally didn't want to play soccer, but I was like, why not come play? And like, Coach Keene gave us both a good chance, so it was awesome to come.
And that aspect of playing with your brother, and that game against MSU Denver where we got the game-winning goal, like, how is that as a brother, just being so proud of him, and then him on the other side, seeing you getting all these goalkeepers of the week? How nice is it that you're both excelling this year, and especially for his senior year?
It's crazy, man. Like, obviously we always like dreamed about like playing and like doing well, like because we're on the same team and stuff, but like him just like showing up and like getting those game-winning goals, because that's not his first one of the year too. That he got one earlier in the season, which is pretty big. And so I mean, he's definitely been doing really well, and for it to be his last year, because I don't think he wants to play after college, it's really big.
That's awesome.
So
yeah. So UCCS, we're very proud about our athletes and all of our sports teams. What do you guys, in your guys' opinion, makes UCCS athletics versus different than other teams in the RMAC? What do you guys do? What do you think makes us a stronger unit in our sports teams, especially the men's soccer team?
Yeah, so I would say since day one of my freshman year, I knew like every one of those guys has my back. I could do anything. I could make the biggest mistake. Heck, I could score an own goal. But I will not. I promise you that.
You don't want to score on your teammate. That's not going to be good.
I'll tell you what. I know Dave and everybody. Dave's got my back literally.
Unless you score. I don't know if you score.
But everybody else is going to pick me right back up, and we're going to be working hard and getting right after the next one. So.
Definitely. I agree with that 100%. Like, it's not even just soccer. Like, I know a lot of like people on the basketball teams and on like the baseball teams and all the other athletic teams. Like, UCCS is like really close with all their sports teams, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with you guys.
So you just, some might say, upset the number 5 ranked team in the nation last weekend. Now number 9 ranked in the nation. They're coming back here though tomorrow for a rematch. So can you talk a little bit about that matchup? First, let's go through last Friday's game when you beat them. What were the expectations going into that game? I mean, I'm sure you were confident, but did you expect to get that win against number 5 ranked team in the nation?
It was one of those things that we could never expect to win, but it was just going in there with the mentality that we could win. That was the big game changer, because if we come in there thinking we're going to lose right off the bat, there's no chance that we're ever going to win. So coming in there with a mindset that we can win and that we could do anything in the season, because we were on a 4-win streak and they were undefeated.
Right.
So, I mean, that just goes to show that nobody can stay undefeated forever.
That's right.
And so.
And Aaron, what was your take going into that game against Regis?
Well, we knew they'd be tough, obviously, but we executed a game plan that was set out for us, and even then we had a few setbacks during the game, but we were able to persevere through those. Jake had a heck of a game. That's why he deserved that Offensive Player of the Week. And we just kept taking it back at them, and we knew that we have the quality to upset any team that's in the national polls. We don't respect that unless they make us.
Well, one thing I've mentioned on the show is I think sometimes what happens, you got a big matchup for your first game of the weekend. Sometimes teams tend to overlook the other matchup they have that weekend. But seemingly, you're game planning for both games every weekend. You had a tough matchup against number 5 ranked team in the nation, but you never overlooked your other matchup that you had. So what's that like, kind of gearing up for a big game against a really tough team that's undefeated, but knowing 2 days later you got another game that you still need to win?
It's tough. I mean, physically, obviously, like the field players do a lot of work every single day, and they run. Like, I think the average for like a game is like 7 to 8 miles for a field player.
Wow.
So that's yeah,
Charlie hasn't ran that in years.
That's why I decided to be a coach. But I think that just staying like physically, like take the right preparations, like eat right, like get the rest you need, and do things like that, and then like prepare yourself game by game. Like, don't look too far ahead, because then you might mess up on the games that are coming right up in the near future. So I think just like focusing game by game is like the best way to do it and look at it. And so
that's such a political answer. We take every game one by one.
Yeah, I know that's what everybody usually says, but that's honestly the best way to look at it.
Well, it's working out well for you. You're on a 5-game winning streak.
Yeah.
Aaron, what's that like for you, kind of that preparation of knowing you got a huge game on Friday and then a team that seemingly on paper should be an easier win, but you can't overlook that?
Yeah, absolutely not. Complacency is your worst enemy when you're playing soccer, truly, and especially after a huge win like that. It is hard to mentally collect yourself after everybody's cheering and everybody's extremely happy because we just knocked off the number 5 team in the nation. But to come back down and mentally prepare for that game is something we did together. And we all had another game plan, and we went out there and executed it. And at the end of the day, that's what we're doing after every game.
And, you know, just looking at these games and then just kind of looking at, you know, what has head coach Johnny Keane really brought to you guys, and how has he made you better as a player? But also, you know, Johnny Keane, one of those player coaches who really understands more than it's just a game. You know, you guys are students too. So really, how has head coach Johnny Keane influenced you guys? And, you know, and especially this season with 5-game winning streak, how does he keep pushing you guys to keep getting these wins?
I mean, for me, one of the biggest things is, like, obviously, I don't know if you heard, but he had a kid.
So yep, little Charlie Keane.
After we lost to Mines, like, he didn't get to make it because of that. But after we lost to Mines, he came back in the locker room, and he was like, he did remind us that, like, soccer is a game, and it's meant to be fun. So I think that was one of the biggest turning points for me, like, realizing that, like, if it's not fun, like, why play? Like, you know, you gotta have that joy, and you gotta have that passion to, like, pursue every game and like to really try your best. And I think that he kind of installed that, he really put that into the team's heart to think about that more. So I think that was really cool.
And Aaron?
Just piggybacking off of what Dave said, being that he was a player, he understands that passion and that we all love this game, and he loves the game just as much as us. And that being said, we all love to win. So those two combined, he just continues to create game plans that are going to set us up to showcase our talents and just be the better 11 on the field than the other team that day. And if we just continue to work and press through, the results will end up coming.
Yeah, you know, Dave was talking about how, you know, soccer's fun. It's a fun game for you guys to play as well as it's almost a job. And you guys are all work, no play, but I doubt that. So on the field, at practice, who's the jokester? Who's the clown on the field?
Oh, man. Keith?
Maybe Sam Gomez and Keith, the couple of freshmen.
Of course it's the freshmen, right?
Yeah.
You guys have to keep them in line, though, during the
do.
right?
You're not joining in, Dave, you and Alex Reichler over there?
Maybe a little bit.
The instigator, that's what I think. Instigator. Okay, let's talk real quickly about the upcoming games, because you're playing the same two teams who you just defeated last weekend this weekend. So let's talk about that quick turnaround. We talked about Regis already. You got them tomorrow night for the homecoming event, and then on Sunday you got to play South Dakota Mines again, who you just played less than a week ago. So what's that turnaround like? Because typically you don't see the same team back-to-back weekends.
It's weird. I mean, obviously we saw them last week, so it's not like we don't know who they are.
Right.
But I think that Regis is definitely gonna come back with a chip on their shoulder. So I think preparing for that will be big. And then South Dakota was a hard trip just because it's like an 8-hour drive, and we had heavy legs from Regis. So I think just preparing for that kind of the same way and resting, and then coming to play. And it's nice because their field is a lot smaller than ours, so we'll actually be able to play more our game on our turf. So I'm excited for that.
And Aaron, what's your take on that? Same two teams back-to-back weekends.
Yeah, so anytime you play a team twice and you beat them the first time, it's going to be hard to repeat that. But that being said, I believe we carry a chip on our shoulder in that Regis might think the first game was a fluke and so on, but we really believe that we deserved that, we dominated that game, and we're going to come right back and do it again if we execute our game plans and outwork them. So once we get through that game, then South Dakota is another game where we just feel that our home court, the ball is popping even faster and flying all around the field, and it's to our advantage. So we think that home field advantage, the 12th man of UCCS, is going to be a big factor for this weekend.
So does that mean you're not necessarily doing anything different, or are you just going to keep playing your game? Because you know they're going to change some things up. They're on the losing side of things. They're looking to counterpunch. They're looking to take a round back. How do you win the fight overall, knowing they're going to be making some of those adjustments? Do you do the same thing, or do you counter-adjust?
Honestly, that one's up to Coach, and we will be trying just as hard and working our butts off. But the tactics change a little bit. Obviously, you don't come out there flat-footed against an opponent that's charging at you. But at this point, we've scouted them pretty well. We've been scouted by them pretty well. Both teams know each other. We've been playing each other for a long time, and it's going to come down to who wants it, who works harder. So
David, as the goalkeeper, seeing the entire field, the entire action, do you want to see the exact same thing in terms of your members play, or are you looking to see some adjustments from the team?
I'm hoping for a little bit of adjustments. I mean, we talked a lot about how Regis plays, and some of the things that we talked about were some of the ways that we conceded. So I hope that we take that into heart this week, and we really understand what's coming our way. You know. So I think that offensively we did spectacular, but defensively we could have some stuff to work on. Aaron had a really good game. Teza had a really good game, and our whole team had defensively had a good game. There was just those 1 or 2 second lapses that just stuff happened. So I mean, obviously you can't expect for a perfect game because it is soccer and goals are gonna come. But just whatever you can do to prepare to get the shutout, you know, that's big time. So.
That sounds like the competitive nature of you to want to do even better. We're going to see how competitive you two are off the field, though. I'm really curious about that because we got a game for you to play.
Oh, God.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. We're going to play Name That Mountain Lion. We're going to see which one of you knows your fellow teammates and factors about this institution a little bit more than the rest. So we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, the millions and millions of listening Lions are interested to see how well you two do here on Name That Mountain Lion. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're going to see who knows their mountain lions and UCCS better. When we come back from break, we'll be back right after this.
At the University of Colorado, we make quality education accessible to everyone. We award more undergraduate, graduate, and professional degrees than any other university in the state. We reimagine the way communities are designed. And we help people throughout Colorado to be healthier. We are 4 campuses, united in making a difference. At the University of Colorado, we award more than 15,000 degrees each year. We've developed nearly 2,000 bioscience innovations. Our community programs serve more than 1 million people in Colorado. Our research has created over 150 companies, and we've partnered on more than 75 space missions. We are 4 campuses, united in making a difference.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're tuned in to the Lions Den, official source of UCCS Sports. It's now time to play Name That Mountain Lion. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
You know, we're playing for big prizes here on the Lions Den. The winner, Charlie said, is going to take to an all-inclusive trip to Puerto Vallarta. So Charlie said he's going to take the winner. Yeah, I take him on his word. You didn't say that?
We will see what's in the budget. How about that?
Okay.
Might be free sporting events. Then go to every.
Okay, so how is this? The winner of our game will get free tickets to the homecoming soccer event tomorrow night with VIP passes, right to sit on the bench with the team.
Ooh, I'll be down
Yeah?
for that.
I don't think athletes sit on the bench though.
Yeah, you're not going to be on the bench, are you? Okay, well, you don't have to utilize those. But,
I like mine to rest.
No? Okay. You're going to be up that much, you will be able to sit on the bench, right?
Hopefully.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping Aaron just he can bring a bench over there so I can just hang out.
Yeah. You just take a seat the entire game.
Exactly.
There you
So
go.
he does all the work. That'd be good.
We'll see how that goes. But you got to win this game first.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Are you ready? Contestants, are you ready?
Yep.
All right.
Well, have to say your name as your buzzer.
That's right. So one question will be asked. If you think you know the answer, say your name. That's your buzzer. And then here are going to be our questioners. I'm going to be the judge and the overruling of what happens. So as soon as you hear, Spencer's going to start us off with a question. You think you know it, go ahead and buzz in. I'll be keeping track of points right here. And we'll see how it goes. All right, Spencer, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, give it to me.
All right, this is a junior from Flower Mound, Texas.
David. Blake.
It is Blake.
That is definitely Blake.
Wow. Okay. Well, let's see.
That's not.
No, you're right. You did it.
No, yeah, you did it right.
All right. Next, can you name the new athletic director here at UCCS?
Oh man.
He's watching, just so you know.
Already in the game, it's a
He knows you.
Yeah,
He knows
I
both
know
of you.
him, Yeah.
He's had
Terrible with games.
tons of
Terrible
games.
We'll take a first name
Or a last name.
or initials.
Or initials.
Oh,
Or a facial description.
An office number?
Office number?
Telephone.
It's like 4239. Office number. No, I don't know.
I don't think that's right.
Aaron?
What is the cool athletic director in the RMAC?
Yeah.
He's the coolest.
You're going to answer
He's
like
the
Jeopardy?
He's definitely the best one. I just am not good at names.
Okay.
We'll give half a point, I guess. Nate Gibson is our athletic director.
Yeah, I should do that.
Now he knows.
Now you know.
Now he knows.
Sorry, Nate.
I'm giving no points.
Okay, no points.
Next
Thanks.
question.
All right, this is a senior from Canyon County, California.
Aaron. JR.
It is JR.
That is JR. Oh, we're tied 1-1, folks. Getting heated.
Okay, can you name one head coach that is not men or women's soccer? Okay, we'll give women's soccer then.
Jordan Zan. David.
Jordan Zan. That's an assistant head coach.
Head coach? Oh.
You need to study up for your test,
Aaron,
guys.
what do you got?
Nicole.
There it is, Nicole Ridenauer. We'll take it.
We'll take it.
Aaron is
Nicole
on the board.
Ridenauer.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. It's a 6-foot senior, 165 pounds.
David. Jake McAllister.
Nope.
Aaron.
Yeah.
Antonio.
Nope.
Keep going.
He's from Pine Creek High School.
David.
Oh. Aaron.
What did
It's your first.
You weigh in.
Okay,
That's your guess.
JJ.
It is JJ.
That's a little cheap. That's your brother.
time's the
If you
charm.
would have missed that, though, I think Mom and Dad would be a little
I
upset.
was
Right?
going to say,
Nobody else
JJ's a
from
little
Pine Creek
mad.
other than Aaron, so I was like,
We're tied 2-2, all knotted up here.
Okay.
All right.
Can we name one new sport that was added this year?
David.
What you got?
Lacrosse.
Wow.
Pretty
Did you name
impressive.
the other one, Aaron?
Baseball.
Yeah.
All
Only
right.
one, but yeah.
All right, 6'3" junior from Colorado Springs, Colorado.
David.
It is David.
Woo!
I'm glad David.
I thought I was going to get him.
rigged.
I thought I was going to get
A
him.
little rig.
All right.
Who is the RMAC preseason women's
David. Michaela? Oh,
basketball player
Incorrect.
of the year?
Aaron.
What you got?
Is it Brittany?
It is.
It
Brittany
is.
Hernandez. We have to both offense.
I gotta let you know right now, David, you're allowing more points to be scored on you than you do in most soccer games. So yeah, you're allowing way too many goals in right now. You got the next. Oh, well, we're on
All
Spencer.
right, you
next
ready?
one.
5'3" senior from Glenwood Springs, Colorado.
5'3".
Plays on a different team.
The RMAC preseason player of the year.
Women's soccer.
David. Michaela Mansfield.
It is
There you
Michaela.
That is correct.
She was 5'3".
Yeah, I can look her. I can look her right in the eye. It's great. I can't do that with most athletes here at UCCS. It's fantastic. Charlie, you got another one?
Coming into this, who was the returning All-American golfer and then won preseason RMAC Golfer of the Year?
David. Colin Prater.
Yes, Colin Prater.
Ooh, I don't know if we have enough questions for Aaron to make a
5-4.
comeback. What do we got?
Let's see.
What? I got 6-3.
Oh, 6.
Oh, man.
I
All
can't
right.
say 6-3.
I'm counting, Charlie. I'm
Right.
actually keeping
That's your-
track
yeah.
here.
All right, let's see. Can you name the chancellor of UCCS?
Ooh.
Oh, no.
That's the,
She's also watching and knows you as well.
I know. I'm really bad at names, like I said.
we'll take your first name.
Oh. I've definitely seen her before.
Aaron, what you got?
Well, you take an apology.
Yeah, seriously. I'm sorry.
That is the not correct answer, but we'll accept that though.
We'll go with Dr. Pamela Zalabak Shockley. Does that work?
Indeed.
Okay.
Or Dr. Pamela Shockley
Shockley
Zalabak.
Zalabak.
Yeah.
Your
Your hyphenation's a little.
That's all right.
in the wrong place.
The last question.
Okay, we're gonna make this one worth 10 points.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
You got tickets to the game tomorrow, anyways, don't you?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah, that's okay.
Was the last team to win an RMAC championship?
David. Basketball.
No. Aaron.
For the steal.
Golf.
Wow. I suspect a little cheating on that one.
Oh.
And when did they win that? Do you have any idea when they won that?
There's gotta be another
92.
That'd be before you were
That
born?
would've-
Yep.
No, they've won since you've been here at
It
UCCS.
was actually about a week ago.
Yeah,
They won.
it's been pretty recent.
They tied with Colorado Mines and won co-champ. Oh, 2 years ago. 2 days
2
ago.
days
Get
ago,
off the
Charlie.
mic. 2 days ago, they won the RMAC championship.
And then last spring they won it, and then last fall they
Before
won
that?
it. Just so you know. Yeah. All right.
Fun fact.
All
You're
right,
all
well-
full of knowledge now.
All right. Well, because you're both winners here on the Lions Den, we're going to give you both tickets to tomorrow night's soccer matchup.
I hope you
We
two
hope
are
to
there.
see you there.
Yeah, I hope to see you two
better
there.
show up. All right. Well, tomorrow night you're going to be taking on again number 9 ranked Regis. Real quick thoughts on that game because you're coming in now 5-game winning streak. Your overall record 7-4-1, 6-2 in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. The only loss for Regis, as you mentioned, was to you. So, quick thoughts on the upcoming weekend's games before we let you go.
Just like Aaron and I have said, like to go out there with the right mentality and just to bring it to them. So.
Aaron?
It's a must win. We sit alone in second place if we win this game, so we know the magnitude of that, and we're going to come out there, give it everything we've got, and execute.
And Aaron, a little while ago, you mentioned a 12th man, right? How big does that really factor into things, having the fans in the stands and packing with the crowd? I mean, how really does that factor into things for you?
It's great. The people who do come are just awesome. They're at every game, and we appreciate their support every game. And my parents, #1 fans.
Hey.
They are at every home and away game, so shout out to you,
Shout
Mom
out to
and Dad.
Mr. Hafner.
Shout out to the Hafners. And David, when the fans are out, I mean, are you hoping they come out in full force tomorrow night?
I'm sure they will.
Yeah?
I'm sure it's going to be a good game. I've had a lot of people already tell me that they're going to be there, and I'm really excited to see them all there.
Perfect. Well, so we need your help tomorrow night. We need you to come out and cheer on your Mountain Lions to victory as they try to repeat against one of the top-ranked teams in the entire nation. So come on out, cheer your teams on right there at Mountain Lion Stadium. Before we do let you go, though, I need you to help me. Send me to break, okay?
Send you to break?
Send me to break. Okay, so I need you to say you're tuned into the Lions Den.
Okay.
And then you'll say official source of UCCS Sports.
All right.
Cool? All right, ready? Go.
You are tuned in to the Lions Den.
Official source of UCCS.
That was really good.
Beautiful. All right, we'll be back with a whole lot more right here on the Lions Den right after this.
We have so much to celebrate in Division II, but we're especially proud of our commitment to Make-A-Wish.
Division II student athletes have led a 10-year initiative to raise funds and help grant wishes of children with life-threatening medical conditions.
Nearly $3 million have been raised, and hundreds of children's wishes have been granted.
We play hard, we work hard, and we support others in need. Why? It's simple.
Because we care.
At the University of Colorado, we make quality education accessible to everyone. We award more undergraduate, graduate, and professional degrees than any other university in the state. We reimagine the way communities are designed, and we help people throughout Colorado to be healthier. We are 4 campuses, united in making a difference.
Back, ladies and gentlemen, once again, you're tuned into the Lions Den, official source of UCCS Sports. A big thank you to David Meyer and Aaron Hafner of your UCCS men's soccer team for coming in and joining us here on the Lions Den. Wish them nothing but the best of luck this upcoming weekend for both of their games. But we do got to talk about some UCCS women's soccer as well, because they're also going to be in action this weekend as your Mountain Lions are going to be taking on a couple of top-ranked teams. What is that going on?
That's a hat.
Doing tricks?
Oh my.
From Michaela Mansfield and her hat trick. Yes, we are that cheesy here on the Lions Den. Let's bring up that graphic if we can real quick, Matt, because Michaela Mansfield now sitting in first place all time in program history for points for goals, for shots on goal, and for shots. She is an absolute terror here at UCCS, and she broke those records this past weekend as she got the program's first ever hat trick. And so hats off, no pun intended or pun intended, to Michaela Mansfield for that unbelievable feat. But on the same team, you have the 6th top scorer in program history as well, and Bailey Jameson. And looks like you two got some accessories.
You like that?
Yeah, hat tricks. You got tricks for days.
Exactly. Came out of nowhere, too.
Came out of nowhere. Well, your Mountain Lions will be in action tomorrow night for the homecoming events, as they're going to be hosting number 3 ranked Colorado Mines. So that's going to be, no doubt, a very tough matchup for your Mountain Lions. Colorado Mines enters the fray with an overall record of 11-1, 6-1 in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. They've only lost one time all season long. That is up until tomorrow night. Leading the way for Colorado Mines and the Ore Diggers, number 23, Emily Townsend, with a whopping 5 goals and 2 assists, followed by number 3, Emily Grenier, with 3 goals and 7 assists, and then there's a couple other Ore Diggers there with 3 goals. Their goalkeeper there, number 1, Sam Zumbro, 3 goals allowed this entire season. They have outscored their opponents, fellas, 26-3 this season. So, let's get some analysis here. What's your take? Mountain Lions coming in with their biggest winning streak of the season so far, but really seemingly they've figured some things out. It really seems like after playing with the puzzle, they're starting to get some rhythm, and now they got to take on the 3rd-ranked team in the nation.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on tomorrow night's game?
I think a lot of it can do with momentum. I feel like they have that win under their belt now. They're ready to go, and they also want to come out and they want to go against Mines again. And like Dave said, they play with a chip on their shoulder versus Regis. The girls are gonna play against Mines. I feel like they definitely want to come back. Show the team that they are better than where they were at Mines, and that they are still continuing to be better, and that they still have almost half a season to go in the RMAC standings, and they still have a good shot at making the playoffs. So I think they're going to come out firing, and they're definitely going to want to show Mines that they're a better team than they were before.
Yeah, right now if the season were to end, there's still one game outside of the playoff picture. But that means that one win puts them in the playoff picture, barring whatever happens to the other teams above them. But if they can get on a streak here and win a few in a row, they're right there in playoff contention. Charlie, what do you expect to see from the women's soccer team this weekend?
Well, first off, for Colorado Mines, we got a chance to watch them this year. It was, we got all the guys and went down, and I got to broadcast that game against Colorado Mines. And that was a tough game to watch, honestly, just because UCCS still looked a little out of character, really a lot of players in different positions, so it was kind of tough to see that. But, UCCS is coming into this game, like you said, with the chip on their shoulder. Yeah. And I really expect a new UCCS team, and Colorado Mines is going to be looking for Michaela Mansfield. Ever since she won the RMAC preseason player of the year, she's had an X on her back. And this is why I expect Michaela Mansfield to have a good game, but I expect her to actually have more assists this game than goals.
Sure.
Because they know about Michaela Mansfield, but I don't think Colorado Mines knows about Dana Shellhorn or Lo Vivleka. Those players that get a couple of goals, and Dana Shellhorn last year had 2 goals against Regis, and you really don't expect those games, and then Dana Shellhorn and Lo Vivleka always comes out of nowhere and gets those goals. So I really expect Michaela Mansfield to start the game off very aggressive, but then as she gets more aggressive, start passing it off and get a lot of other players involved. So it's definitely be an interesting one. And then Sam Zumbro, 3 goals allowed this whole year.
That's pretty impressive.
Saves.
That is very impressive.
It's going to be tough. I think UCCS knows what they are going against and the fight they're about to go against, but it's going to be very tough. About 3 goals allowed. I mean, Michaela Mansfield just had a hat trick, but
So could we expect her allowed goals to double after tomorrow night's games?
See, I expect this game to be a lot of defense. I expect this to go back and forth, and these two are 2 powerhouse defenses. I expect a low-scoring game.
See, and I think when we played Mines before, they didn't get to see a lot of our freshmen. And Nicole has done some rearranging, and Jules Escobedo and Jenny Allensbach have stepped up quite a bit, and I think those are going to be definitely a secret weapon on Friday that they're not going to have been able to see before, but step out on that field against Mines and are going to be able to do something. So I think Jenny is going to be able to help with the assist game as well as Michaela, and maybe get Dana a goal and get low goals as well.
Well, that'll be after the men's game tomorrow night, this Friday at Mountain Lion Stadium for the homecoming events. But then on Sunday, they'll be back in action after the men's game again, scheduled for approximately 2:30 as they're going to be hosting Colorado Christian. Colorado Christian comes in right above the Mountain Lions in the standings, 5-6-1 overall, 2-4-1 in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. Your Mountain Lions 2-4 in the same RMAC. So that would be a huge win for UCCS, and on paper it looks like that is definitely the easier matchup of the weekend. Yeah. No doubt Colorado Mines is going to be a tough matchup, coming in as the third-ranked team in the nation. But then on Sunday, they got to believe that Colorado Christian is the game that they can start putting together that streak again. Who knows, they might upset the Ore Diggers tomorrow and continue the streak they're already on. But real quick, just a couple names to look out for the Cougars. Number 3, Alyssa Regalado with 3 goals. Number 17, Molly Monson with 3 goals. Number 9, Kelly Jordan with 3 goals. And then number 11, Mariah Fredericks with 3 goals. So for them, the goals seemingly coming from anywhere and everywhere. Yeah. Mountain Lions really heavily scoring with Michaela Mansfield and Bailey Jameson.
Yep. Yeah.
So what are the thoughts on Sunday's games, fellas? What do you expect from UCCS? They got 2 potential goalkeepers we could see at goal. Not sure who's going to be there. Number 0, Mallory Von Horace, and 00, Shea Lawrence. Really go back and forth. So it's unknown who's going to start there for the Cougars.
And that's great for Colorado Christian because, UCCS doesn't know what to plan for. They have 2 great goalkeepers, one .800 save percentage, and then the other one .710 save percentage. So it's, it seems like CCU has a little bit of a leg up on that, but every game now has become a must-win for UCCS. And even though, especially CCU having the same record as us, it's definitely become a must-win. And I think after that game where Mansfield did score those 3 goals, it really did put a fire under these girls. And you can see, how much they really want this, and especially that game, they came out firing. And that's what this team really needs to do, is come out in that first 5 minutes with some energy and grab that momentum right away. It's going to be homecoming weekend, so that will help, and the fans will be there. But really, that energy in the first 5 minutes is going to be key.
I agree 100%, Charlie. I think if your Mountain Lions have any aspirations of making the playoffs this season, that is a must-win on Sunday against Colorado Christian. Mm-hmm. Unless they win tomorrow night, then they're going to be a little bit at an advantage, which certainly they could do. We'll have the complete results for you on Monday's show. When we come back, though, we got some big news from your UCCS men's golf team. We're going to give you the results as they were in action this past week as well. And again, some great news coming from the men's golf scene. We'll have that for you when we come back from break right after this.
EDU. Success comes from UCCS. From believing in yourself. From supportive faculty. From trying new things. Success comes from discovering your passion. From being fearless. From those around you. Success comes from UCCS. Apply online at uccs.edu.
At the University of Colorado, we make quality education accessible to everyone. We award more undergraduate, graduate, and professional degrees than any other university in the state. We reimagine the way communities are designed. And we help people throughout Colorado to be healthier. We are 4 campuses, united in making a difference.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, you're tuned in to the Lions Den, official source of UCCS Sports. On the backside of our commercial break, we promised you big news for your men's golf team, and here in the Lions Den, we deliver.
That's right.
Spencer, tell the millions and millions of listening Lions out there the big breaking news for the men's golf team.
So I have 2 breaking news.
2? Ooh, I like 2.
The first
That's
one I'll
better
give
than
you
one.
is redshirt freshman Tanner Combs actually just became the RMAC Golfer of the Week. As he did win this week's tournament, which was awesome for him. It is his first RMAC of the week as a freshman, so that's congratulations to him. But the very big news is we are RMAC champions again for men's golf.
Again?
We are co-champions with Mines. They won the first championship. We were in second, and then it flip-flopped, so that's why we're co-champions, because it goes off standings, not off the points. So that's awesome for us. We keep continuing to be dominant in men's golf here at UCCS, which is awesome to see. So if you want to go through a little more about the tournament, we'll inform them kind of about how that tournament went.
Well, sure, absolutely. Tanner Combs, as you mentioned, the RMAC Golfer of the Week, shot 2 under for a 68 in the final round, so a great finish for him. You mentioned Colin Prater. He led UCCS in the 3rd round with a 6 under, finishing at a 64, and Zach Burhost, that's a solid top 3, I must say, but he shot a 68 in the final round. So overall, the Mountain Lions getting some great help from some young talent, and then you got the All-American doing what the All-American does. So it's really good dynamic. We talked a little bit about this on the volleyball team last week about that good senior leadership along with the good, talented, upcoming freshmen. And that golf team is right on point with that. I'm sure Phil Trujillo's got to be quite pleased that the freshmen stepped up and brought it home for the Mountain Lions.
I think just the fact that Tanner Combs is playing, almost at the same level as Colin is during this tournament shows that over the next couple of years he's going to be a significant player for our team here and being able to be a leader himself and show the ropes as Colin did to Tanner.
Absolutely.
So that's going to be huge for us coming in the next couple of years.
So the present looks promising, as does the future, and the past has been pretty dominant too.
Absolutely.
13 RMAC regular season championships or tournament wins for the Mountain Lions. That makes 3 in a row, fellas. That makes this fall, last spring, and last fall. You know how hard that three-peat is?
I mean, it's very tough in
any sport.
In any sport, it's very tough to keep that mental and keep that composure and keep that drive to wanting to win. And I know that Tanner Combs and Colin Prater have a great relationship on and off the green, so it's really great to see that. And then Zach Barrows coming in, so it was a good overall team victory. But Tanner Combs, we don't talk about him much, but I feel like we're going to talk about him a little bit more lately.
We certainly will. They're going to be rewarded with a trip to Seaside, California next week for the final tournament of the season. It's going to be 17th and 18th there again in Seaside, California on Monday and Tuesday of next week. So they will be back in action. The UCCS women's golf team also wrapped up their regular season this past week as well. Finished the fall season with the best round of the season and improved to 5th to close out the RMAC season, as I mentioned again. Fori Zook recorded her best performance with 13 over 157 for the tournament, tying at number 13. So seemingly the women, not quite the success yet that the men have had, but let's also mention this is still, the 3rd season that the women's golf program has been in action. 3 full season, now into their 4th.
Sure, yeah, they're definitely building up to it. I mean, especially with Fori Zook being on top there, being able to improve as much as she has, and I know the girls under her are definitely looking at that and to do that as well. And again, third season here, I mean, you can only expect that if that keep rising the way they are, I mean, they'll be champions in the next couple of years as well. So.
Well, they're also rewarded, but they'll get rewarded with some time off as they're going to be back in action March 20th and 21st. A break, which we're not going to take here on the Lions Den because we got more to cover here on the show. We got to mention the UCCS volleyball team because they're also going to be in action this upcoming weekend. They're going to be on the road.
Yeah.
They're going to be traveling tomorrow to play CSU Pueblo, looking for some redemption, no doubt, because they played the Thunderwolves less than 2 weeks ago here in the Gallagly Event Center. And fellas, we had to bring the brooms out because we got swept, and that wasn't very fun. A very close first and second match. The third set didn't quite go so well.
Well, it was a 5-game set. It was a 5-game set.
Oh, I'm thinking Metro.
It was a 5-game set for CSU Pueblo.
You're right, my mistake. I was thinking the Tuesday night game.
There's been a lot of games. But,
there has been a lot of games.
5-game set for CSU Pueblo, and CSU Pueblo did get the best of us, and then played New Mexico Highlands, and then won that one. So I already got a chance to talk to Chrissy Elder, Tasha Habert, and they have a chip on their shoulder, especially for that CSU Pueblo.
There's a lot of chips on shoulders today.
I mean, I think that's what sports is about, is having that something to play for, and with this, definitely.
Hold on, you got
Pueblo,
something.
Is it a chip?
No, it's gone.
Grab a chip.
No, it's gone.
CSU Pueblo, it's going to be a tough matchup. We've already seen them before, and the biggest thing that CSU Pueblo did was limit Alyssa Brinton's kills. She only got 14 kills on that game, so Alyssa Brinton now kind of knows what to expect going against CSU Pueblo. So I expect a big night for her, like Spencer Davis said, but it's going to be definitely an interesting weekend. And, right now, UCCS 9th in the conference, so it'll definitely be very interesting to see what happens. I'm not calling these must-wins, but it'd be good to get these two more matches on the road.
Well, they're coming in 9-7 overall, 4-4, sitting right at 500 in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. But I still say time for redemption, Charlie.
Yeah, it will definitely be interesting. We've already seen what CSU Pueblo can bring and New Mexico Highlands can bring, and it's going to be different being on the road, though, and especially playing CSU Pueblo here and then going to CSU Pueblo.
Yeah,
it's definitely be interesting.
It's definitely different, especially in the Massari Arena like that. There's a lot of fans that show up there. It's a big arena, so hopefully they're ready to go, and I think they will. They'll always have that matchup versus CSUP, and we're always ready to fight for that, especially for our gold and silver trophy. So
Steel and silver rivalry. Well, the Thunderwolves come in 7-10 overall, 5-3 in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference. So just one game ahead of UCCS. So that will certainly be a big matchup for the Mountain Lions. But you also mentioned the other matchup of the weekend, New Mexico Highlands, who will be coming into the weekend 5-8 overall, 2-6 in the RMAC. And your Mountain Lions did defeat the Cowgirls of New Mexico Highlands in their last matchup. So what do you expect on that side of things, Charlie?
You really can't take that 2-6 record to factor, especially in conference, because they gave us a really good fight here at Gallagly Event Center. So New Mexico Highlands, a very good team, and can hit very well, can block very well, and really knowing right now that they're 2-6 will probably go all out for their fans at home. So it'll definitely be very interesting, but I expect Morgan Evans to have a solid weekend overall.
Well, as you mentioned, I think Morgan Evans is one of the keys to victory for UCCS. Currently in 5th place in the RMAC in school history for most assists. She's 58 away from moving into 4th place all time in program history. So we would expect her to do that this weekend.
Oh yeah.
She could do it tomorrow night. She could do it in one matchup.
Absolutely.
58, that'd be very impressive. But
that would be a dominating.
It's going to happen this weekend, if not one matches in 2. So
absolutely.
I think she has the caliber to be able to do that, and it would be awesome to see her do it in one night. I think she definitely has the talent to do it. She's done it before. So let's see if she can do it again.
Well, let's see. We'll have the complete results for you on Monday's show. But before we go, we definitely want to mention that the preseason coaches polls have come out for the UCCS basketball teams, and your UCCS women's basketball team is projected to finish 3rd place in the Rocky Mountain Athletic Conference, led by the preseason player of the year, preseason offensive player of the year, and defensive player of the year, Brittany Hernandez. So we'll certainly be keeping an eye on the basketball team all season long. The men were projected to finish 2 places behind the women on the men's side of things, of course, with a 5th place projected finish. Fellas, what do you think about those projections? Do you think that that's fitting? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let's quickly talk in the 90 seconds we have left here on air.
We'll start off with men's basketball. 5th seed is excellent. We're losing Alex Welsh, Dalton Patton, and Kendall Gobb.
Who all went pro in Europe, right? They're all pro players right now.
Shout out to all 3 of them.
Absolutely.
But, they were key contributors, and they were players that we went to down in the clutch, and they were really the driving force last year. Sorry, pardon.
May the 4th be with you.
Exactly. They were the driving force last year, so a lot of players have to step up for the men's basketball team, and we've seen already glimpses of that of Elijah Ross, Brandon Malone, Jay Crawford, so that will be interesting. For the women's team, 3rd in conference, they did go to the NCAA tournament, but the RMAC playoffs were very tough for them, so reasonable as CSU Pueblo did win the RMAC championship, so they're number 1, and Colorado Mines was ranked basically the whole season, so that's number 2, but UCCS still has a strong core in Brittany Hernandez, Jen Veal, and Tori Fisher. So, I think it's a good starting place for both teams.
Well, that was 60 of our 90 seconds remaining, so we got to quickly do the what to watch for, or what to watch for. Tomorrow night, homecoming event starting with the UCCS men's soccer team. They're going to be in action at 5 o'clock, followed by the women as they will be in action against Colorado Mines following that game. Friday night, we also have UCCS volleyball at CSU Pueblo. They'll be back in action at New Mexico Highlands on Saturday. And then on Sunday, 2 more soccer matchups as your Mountain Lions will be in action right here at Mountain Lion Stadium starting at noon. Well, listening Lions, sadly, our time has come to an end. But don't you fret, my friends, for we will be back again. So be sure to tune in this Monday because we got a lot more in store right here on the Lions Den. But until then, go Mountain Lions!
Success comes from UCCS. From believing in yourself. From supportive faculty. From trying new things. Success comes from discovering your passion. From being fearless. From those around you. Success comes from UCCS. Apply online at uccs.edu.